My precious child, the heavens have interrupted time for you. Listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal has never been spoken to you in this way before. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your destiny right now, holding something that was sealed over your life for years. And this is not symbolic. This is not poetic exaggeration. This is a spiritual activation. Your youth has been unlocked. Not the number on your birth certificate. Not the wrinkles you see in the mirror. I am speaking about the spiritual youth that was stolen through stress, disappointment, betrayal, and long nights of silent tears. The strength you once had. The fire in your spirit. The glow in your eyes. The fearless belief that anything was possible. It had been unlocked. But here's the urgency: this miracle will pass in 10 seconds if you do not open it now. Do you feel that shift? That sudden awareness? That sense that something invisible is hovering over your life at this very moment? That is not coincidence. That is divine timing. Archangel Michael does not arrive without purpose. He does not announce a release without authority. There is a window open over you right now. For years, you have prayed, God, restore me. Restore my strength. Restore my joy. Restore the years I feel I have lost. And heaven has heard every whisper, every sigh, every silent prayer you thought went unnoticed. But restoration is not automatic. It requires alignment. The enemy tried to age your spirit before your time. He tried to convince you that you were too late, too tired, too far gone. He whispered that your best years were behind you. He made you believe that the spark was gone forever. But that was a lie. Right now, Archangel Michael is cutting through those lies with a sword of truth. He is declaring over you, the season of premature aging is over. The season of divine renewal has begun. However, this activation responds to awareness. If you ignore this message, if you scroll past this divine interruption, the opportunity will not linger. Not because heaven is cruel, but because miracles move with momentum. When the waters stir, you step in. When the door opens, you walk through. When youth is unlocked, you claim it. And seconds. That number is not random. In the spirit realm, 10 represents completion and divine order. Something has completed. A cycle of exhaustion. A cycle of delay. A cycle of feeling drained. And now, order is being restored. But you must open it. Opening it means believing again. Opening it means rejecting the identity of worn out and accepting the identity of renewed. Opening it means speaking life instead of repeating defeat. Archangel Michael is standing as a guardian over this release. He has been assigned to protect your renewal. Because when your youth returns, your vision returns. When your vision returns, your courage returns. And when your courage returns, you become unstoppable. Think about the dreams you quietly buried. Think about the goals you postponed because you felt you no longer had the energy. Think about the calling you doubted because time seemed to slip away. Heaven says, it was not stolen. It was paused. And today, it is resuming. This is why you felt drawn here. This is why something inside you said, listen to this. Your spirit recognized the signal before your mind understood it. But here is the warning. If you delay, if you treat this lightly, the atmosphere will shift. Opportunities respond to faith. Youth responds to gratitude. Miracles respond to action. You do not open this miracle with your hands. You open it with your decision. Right now, say within yourself, I receive my renewal. Do not underestimate the power of that agreement. Archangel Michael is not just announcing something beautiful. He is guarding something powerful. There are forces that would love to keep you drained, distracted, and discouraged, because a renewed you is dangerous to every limitation placed on your life. When your youth returns, creativity awakens. When your youth returns, resilience multiplies. When your youth returns, doors open that were previously closed. And it begins in this moment. You may feel warmth in your chest, a sudden clarity in your thoughts, a lightness you have not felt in a long time. That is not imagination. That is spiritual restoration activating. But remembered in seconds. This is about urgency. Not panic, but decisiveness. Heaven responds to those who respond quickly. Archangel Michael is declaring, this is your turning point. This is your renewal. This is your divine refresh. Do not overthink it. Do not analyze it. Receive it. Because the miracle is unlocked, and it is waiting for you to open it. Beloved soul, something irreversible has just begun. The moment you whispered, even silently, I receive my renewal, a seal was broken in the unseen realm. Archangel Michael did not come merely to announce a possibility. He came to initiate a transfer, a divine exchange. Weariness for strength, delay for acceleration, faded passion for restored fire. But now I must speak clearly. Renewal is not just a feeling. It is a responsibility. When heaven unlocks youth, it expects movement. It expects alignment. It expects you to rise differently than you did yesterday. Because spiritual youth is not about looking younger. It is about thinking younger, believing bigger, and acting braver. For years, you have carried invisible weight, responsibilities that were never meant to crush you, expectations that drained you, words spoken over you that tried to reduce you. And slowly, without even noticing, you began to shrink your dreams to match your exhaustion. But that shrinking ends now. Archangel Michael is standing as a divine guardian over your mindset. He is cutting away every thought that says, it's too late. He is silencing every internal voice that says, you missed your moment. He is breaking the pattern of postponement that followed you like a shadow. Yet here is the truth that many will not tell you. When renewal begins, resistance often increases. Not because you are failing, but because you are rising. The moment youth is restored to your spirit, distractions will try to pull you back into old habits. Familiar doubts will knock on your mind's door. You may suddenly remember past failures more vividly. That is not coincidence. That is the last attempt of limitation trying to keep you comfortable. Do not go back. This is the hour to move forward boldly. Archangel Michael is not only protecting your renewal, he is empowering your action. There is an idea you have delayed, a conversation you have postponed, a step you have been afraid to take. The energy to do it is returning. The clarity to execute it is forming. The courage to begin is awakening. You are not being restored to remain passive. You are being restored to advance. And listen closely. The speed of your response will determine the strength of this season. When heaven moves quickly, you must move decisively. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not wait for complete understanding. Faith is stepping forward while details are still unfolding. You might feel a sudden urge to reorganize your life, to clean your space, to change your routine, to wake up earlier, to speak differently. That is not random motivation. That is alignment happening. Honor it, because every small act of obedience strengthens the renewal. Archangel Michael is declaring that your days of drifting are over. From this point forward, Intention will replace confusion. Momentum will replace stagnation. Purpose will replace wandering. But here is something deeper. Your renewal is not just for you. When people see the light return to your eyes, they will wonder what changed. When they see your confidence rising again, they will feel the shift. When they witness your resilience, they will be inspired without you even trying. Your restored youth will become someone else's hope. That is why this moment is sacred. If this message is resonating with your spirit, do not keep it to yourself. Like this video so it reaches others who feel drained and forgotten. Share it with someone who needs renewal. Comment your declaration of restoration so your faith becomes visible. Subscribe to this channel and become part of this movement of awakening. Join the membership if you feel called to stand deeper in this mission. When you engage, you are not just supporting a channel, you are amplifying a message that revives souls. And hold on, because what is about to unfold next will reveal why this renewal had to happen now and not years ago. The timing is not accidental. The delay had a purpose. The exhaustion prepared you for something greater. Archangel Michael is not finished speaking. The restoration you feel is only the beginning of a larger unveiling. Something connected to your calling is about to surface. Something that required maturity, resilience, and spiritual authority. You were not being delayed. You were being developed. Now that your youth has been unlocked, your assignment is coming into focus. The same fire you once had is returning, but this time it carries wisdom. This time it carries discernment. This time it carries spiritual authority. You sense it. The shift is not temporary. It is transformational. And what comes next will confirm that this moment was not emotional hype. It was divine orchestration. Prepare your heart, because the next revelation will change the way you see your past forever. Chosen one, now you must understand why your youth was locked in the first place. There was a season when heaven intentionally allowed you to feel the weight of time. Not to punish you, not to abandon you, but to prepare you. What you thought was loss was actually formation. What you believed was delay was divine construction. Archangel Michael has been watching over that entire process, guarding you even in moments when you felt completely unguarded. You ask, why did I have to feel so drained? Why did I feel older than my years? Why did joy seem distant? The answer is hidden in spiritual refinement. If your youthful fire had remained untested, it would have burned without wisdom. It would have chased opportunities without discernment. It would have trusted voices that were never sent by God. So heaven allowed pressure to mature you. But now the season of pressure has completed its assignment. Archangel Michael is announcing that the training phase is over. You have endured enough to carry authority. You have survived enough to walk in confidence. You have cried enough to understand compassion. And because of that, your restored youth will not be reckless. It will be powerful and focused. Here is the revelation that may shock you. Nothing was truly stolen from you. The enemy attempted to drain you, yes. But what heaven sealed could not be destroyed. Your vitality was hidden, not removed. Your calling was covered, not canceled. Your spark was protected, not extinguished. Archangel Michael was assigned to guard that spark. There were moments you almost gave up completely. Moments when you questioned your worth. Moments when you wondered if your best days were permanently behind you. In those exact moments, unseen battles were being fought on your behalf. You may not have seen the sword, but it was drawn. You may not have heard the clash, but it was real. And now that battle has shifted in your favor. The unlocking of your youth is proof that a verdict has been issued in heaven. A decision has been made. Your time of merely surviving has ended. Your time of advancing has begun. But there is something you must not overlook. Restoration comes with exposure. As your light strengthens, certain relationships may shift. Certain environments may no longer feel comfortable. Certain conversations may feel draining in a way they did not before. This is not because you are becoming distant. It is because your frequency is rising. Archangel Michael is separating you from what cannot ascend with you. Do not cling to what is being gently removed. Do not chase what begins to drift away. Renewal requires space. Youth requires fresh atmosphere. And heaven is creating room for what aligns with your restored identity. You are not who you were 6 months ago. You are not who you were last year. You are stepping into a version of yourself that carries both innocence and authority, fire and wisdom, passion and discipline. This is rare, and because it is rare, it must be guarded. Guard your thoughts carefully in this season. Speak life intentionally. Reject conversations that pull you back into old narratives. When doubt whispers, answer with declaration. When fear knocks, respond with faith. Archangel Michael is reinforcing your spiritual armor. He is not only restoring your energy, he is strengthening your defense. Because the greater your renewal, the greater your impact. And the greater your impact, the more necessary your protection. You may notice something unusual in the coming days. Opportunities that once felt distant may suddenly move closer. Ideas may flow with unexpected clarity. Invitations may arise. Doors may open quietly but powerfully. Do not hesitate. You prayed for restoration. This is what it looks like. You asked for your youth to return. This is how it manifests. Not as childish excitement, but as focused vitality. Not as reckless ambition, but as steady acceleration. This is divine timing. Right now, seal this moment with intention. Declare in your heart that you will not waste this renewal. Declare that you will steward it wisely. Declare that you will walk boldly into what is unfolding. Type "My youth is restored" in the comments if this message confirms what you are feeling. Blessing code 4591 has just been released over your life. And as this code activates, understand something deeper. When you sow agreement with heaven, heaven multiplies its work within you. The river that has begun to flow must keep flowing. If this message has touched your spirit, step into the current with action. Through super thanks, through membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, release your seed into this ground. This is not about supporting a channel. This is about fueling a movement that awakens sleeping destinies. The Lord says, as you water others, you yourself will be watered. Let your giving become a prophetic act that unlocks restoration in countless lives. Do not hesitate. Obey the stirring. Activate your seed and watch the harvest rise. Faithful one, something is shifting beneath the surface that you cannot yet see. The restoration of your youth was not the final destination. It was the ignition. What follows is acceleration. Archangel Michael is not standing beside you casually. He is positioned strategically. When heaven restores vitality, it is because movement is required, and movement demands direction. There is a path that has been forming quietly in your life. You may have sensed it in fragments. A thought that keeps returning. A vision that refuses to fade. A calling that whispers to you during still moments. You tried to silence it before because you felt too tired, too uncertain, too stretched. But now that your youth has been unlocked, the excuses no longer fit. You are being summoned forward. This next phase will not look like your past. It will not feel like the cycles you grew accustomed to. Archangel Michael is guiding you away from repetition and into elevation. The patterns that once trapped you will begin to lose their grip. Situations that once confused you will become clear. You will start recognizing what drains you and what fuels you with sharper discernment. That is a sign of maturity wrapped in renewal. But understand this clearly. Acceleration can feel uncomfortable at first. When a season shifts quickly, your mind may struggle to keep up with your spirit. You may feel stretched between who you were and who you are becoming. That tension is not instability, it is expansion. Do not retreat when growth feels unfamiliar. Archangel Michael is strengthening your courage for this exact moment. There are assignments connected to your restored youth that require boldness. You will be asked to step into rooms where your voice matters. You will be placed in conversations where your insight shifts direction. You will find yourself influencing outcomes without even trying. This is not ego. This is calling. And yet, humility must remain your foundation. The power of renewed youth can tempt some into rushing ahead without seeking divine timing. Do not fall into that trap. Your speed must still be guided. Your passion must still be surrendered. Your ambition must still bow to wisdom. Archangel Michael stands not only as a warrior, but as a guardian of balance in your life. Listen closely to your inner prompting in the coming days. If something feels aligned, move toward it. If something feels forced, pause. Your discernment has been sharpened for a reason. Trust it. You may also notice that your physical energy begins to mirror your spiritual renewal. You may wake with unexpected motivation. Ideas may come to you late at night with clarity instead of anxiety. Tasks that once felt overwhelming may now feel manageable. This is integration happening. Heaven does not restore one part of you while ignoring the rest. When youth returns spiritually, it begins influencing your mind, your emotions, and even your body. You are entering a holistic renewal. However, there will be a test. A subtle invitation to return to your old comfort zone may appear. An opportunity that looks safe but small. A path that feels familiar but limiting. It will seem easier to choose what you know instead of stepping into what is new. This is where your decision matters again. Archangel Michael is watching how you respond. Not to judge you, but to reinforce you. When you choose growth over comfort, strength increases. When you choose faith over familiarity, doors multiply. Your restored youth is not meant to sit idle. It is meant to build, to create, to inspire, to lead. There are people who will cross your path soon who need the version of you that is emerging now. Not the exhausted version. Not the doubting version. The renewed one. The clear-minded one. The confident one. That is why this timing is precise. If your youth had returned earlier, you might have wasted it chasing validation. If it had come later, you might have missed the opportunity now forming ahead of you. But this moment is calibrated perfectly. Archangel Michael does not operate in randomness. Every delay you experienced aligned with this unveiling. Every lesson you learned strengthened your foundation. Every tear you shed watered seeds that are about to bloom. Stay alert. The next few days may bring subtle confirmations. A message. A phone call. An unexpected opportunity. A sudden breakthrough in something that felt stuck. When it happens, do not dismiss it as coincidence. It will be evidence. Evidence that your renewal is active. Evidence that heaven's declaration was not symbolic. Evidence that the guardian assigned to you is still at work. Stand firm in this awareness. Walk confidently in this shift. And prepare yourself, because what is about to be revealed next will explain the deeper purpose behind this acceleration. The story of your youth is connected to something far greater than personal restoration, and you are about to see why. Warrior of light, the deeper purpose is now coming into focus. Your restored youth is not only about energy, passion, or clarity. It is about authority. There is a spiritual authority that can only be carried by someone who has been broken, rebuilt, and then renewed. That is you. Archangel Michael did not stand guard over your life just to give you a fresh start. He stood guard because you are being positioned as a force of influence. For years you felt overlooked. You felt like others were advancing while you were maintaining. You questioned why doors opened easily for some and remained closed for you. What you did not see was that your foundation was being reinforced. Heaven was strengthening your inner structure so that when elevation came, it would not crush you. Now elevation is approaching. With renewed youth comes renewed voice. You will begin to speak with conviction again. Not loud but steady. Not aggressive but certain. And people will listen. Even those who once dismissed your insight will begin to reconsider your perspective. This is not about proving yourself right. It is about stepping into alignment. Archangel Michael is clearing a path before you, but you must walk it with integrity. Your words must carry life. Your actions must reflect discipline. Your decisions must reveal wisdom. Authority without character collapses quickly, but authority grounded in humility becomes unshakable. There is also something else happening beneath the surface. Old fears are losing their strength. You may notice that thoughts which once paralyzed you now seem smaller. Situations that once intimidated you no longer carry the same weight. This is not accidental confidence. This is spiritual reinforcement. Archangel Michael hath been strengthening your inner walls, fortifying your resilience, and sharpening your discernment. You are becoming harder to manipulate. Where confusion once lingered, clarity now stands. Where insecurity once whispered, assurance now responds. Where hesitation once delayed you, decisiveness now moves you forward. But understand this carefully. As your authority grows, so will your responsibility. You will be tested in subtle ways. Opportunities may arise that flatter your ego but misalign with your purpose. Invitations may look impressive but drain your peace. Praise may tempt you to forget the source of your renewal. Stay anchored. Archangel Michael is not only a warrior, he is a guardian of order. He protects those who remain aligned with divine truth. If you keep your heart steady and your motives pure, protection will remain around you. Another shift is also beginning to unfold. Your relationships are about to recalibrate. Some people will be drawn closer to you because they feel the strength in your presence. Others may distance themselves because your growth challenges their comfort. Do not chase those who pull away. Growth sometimes creates separation, not because of conflict, but because of direction. Your path is narrowing in focus. This narrowing is not limitation, it is precision. You are being streamlined for impact. Distractions will lose their appeal. Time-wasting habits will feel heavy. Conversations that once entertained you may now feel empty. This is refinement. Archangel Michael is aligning your environment with your elevation. And while this may feel lonely at moments, it is necessary. Isolation in certain seasons protects transformation. Soon, you will notice something remarkable. Ideas that once seemed distant will begin forming into actionable steps. Resources that felt unavailable will appear. Support that you thought you lacked will emerge from unexpected places. This is momentum building. Do not rush it, but do not ignore it. There is a divine rhythm unfolding in your life. It may not move at the pace you expected, but it will move with precision. Every step forward will feel intentional. Every decision will carry weight. Every victory, even small ones, will confirm that your youth was restored for a reason. And here is the deeper revelation. You are not being restored to return to who you were. You are being restored to surpass who you were. The earlier version of you had passion but lacked experience. The current version of you has both. The earlier version of you believed easily but was easily shaken. The current version of you believes deeply and stands firm. This combination is powerful. Archangel Michael recognizes it. Heaven recognizes it. And soon, others will recognize it too. Do not underestimate this season. What may feel like small progress now will become visible breakthroughs later. What feels like quiet preparation now will become public impact soon. Remain faithful in the small shifts. Honor the subtle changes. Guard your renewed energy carefully. Protect your time. Speak intentionally. Move deliberately. Because the next revelation will uncover something even more personal. Something connected not just to your future, but to a specific moment from your past that is about to be redeemed. And when that redemption becomes visible, you will understand why your youth had to be unlocked now, and not before. Anointed one, the redemption of your past is closer than you think. There is a specific memory that still lingers in your heart. A moment when something slipped through your fingers. An opportunity you believe you mishandled. A relationship that fractured. A decision you wish you could rewrite. Even though you have moved forward on the surface, that memory occasionally returns, whispering regret. Archangel Michael is stepping directly into that memory. Your restored youth is connected to that very moment. Because what you thought was your greatest misstep is about to become the foundation of your greatest comeback. Heaven does not waste pain. It transforms it. You believe that chapter disqualified you. You assume it marked the end of something significant. But in truth, it marked the beginning of preparation. The loss forced you to grow. A mistake forced you to mature. The heartbreak forced you to seek depth rather than surface success. Now that your youth has been unlocked, you are not returning to that old opportunity as the same person. You are returning with insight. This is redemption in motion. Archangel Michael is aligning circumstances so that what once felt closed will present itself again in a new form. It may not look identical. It may not arrive through the same people. But the essence of what you lost will reappear, and this time you will handle it differently. Do not let disbelief block it. Sometimes when blessings return, they look so unexpected that we doubt them. You might think, this cannot be happening again. Or what if I fail again? That is where your renewed youth must stand firm. Youth carries courage. Youth carries willingness to try again without being paralyzed by past outcomes. Your hesitation will be tested. You will have a choice: retreat into old regret or step forward with new authority. Archangel Michael is strengthening you for the forward step. In the coming days, pay attention to subtle invitations. A conversation that reconnects you to a former dream. A project that resembles something you once attempted. A door that opens in a familiar area of your life. These are not coincidences. They are orchestrated alignments. But redemption requires participation. Heaven can open a door, but you must walk through it. Heaven can restore vitality, but you must apply it. Heaven can guard you, but you must move. This is your moment to act with boldness. Do not shrink yourself because of what happened before. The version of you who made that mistake no longer exists. You have been refined. You have been strengthened. You have been restored. Archangel Michael is declaring that regret no longer has authority over your identity. Now listen carefully. This is also the hour to declare your alignment publicly. When you engage with this message, you are not just interacting with a video, you are anchoring your agreement. Like this message so it reaches others who are trapped in regret. Share it with someone who needs to believe in second chances. Comment your declaration of restoration as a sign that you are stepping forward. Subscribe to this channel and become part of this unfolding movement of renewal. Join the membership if your spirit feels called to go deeper. Your engagement multiplies impact far beyond what you can see. And hold steady, because the next revelation will uncover why the timing of this redemption is connected to someone else's breakthrough as well. What is happening in your life is not isolated. It is interconnected. Archangel Michael is not restoring you in secrecy. He is restoring you strategically. There are individuals who have been watching you quietly. Some doubted you. Some believed in you. Some simply observed. When your redemption becomes visible, it will shift their perspective. Your comeback will become a testimony that influences decisions beyond your awareness. That is why this moment carries weight. The memory that once embarrassed you will become the story that empowers you. The failure that once silenced you will become the lesson that strengthens others. The setback that once delayed you will become proof that delay is not denial. Do you see the pattern? Everything is being reassembled, but you must remain attentive. Do not allow distraction to pull you away from this unfolding redemption. Do not let busyness numb your awareness. Stay alert. Stay intentional. Stay courageous. Because what is about to happen next will reveal how your restoration is about to collide with destiny in a way that will surprise even you. And when it happens, you will finally understand why nothing in your past was wasted. Radiant soul, destiny is no longer a distant concept. It is approaching with precision. The redemption unfolding in your life is not random correction. It is divine alignment. Archangel Michael is not only restoring what was lost. He is positioning you at the intersection of preparation and opportunity. This is where destiny and readiness meet. For a long time, you believed destiny was something dramatic. A single explosive moment that would suddenly change everything. But destiny often arrives quietly at first. It shows up disguised as responsibility. It appears in the form of a decision. It knocks as an opportunity that requires courage. Your restored youth is preparing you to recognize it. You may already sense the shift. Conversations feel more significant. Choices feel weightier. Even small decisions seem to carry long-term impact. That awareness is not anxiety, it is heightened perception. Archangel Michael is sharpening your discernment because the path ahead demands clarity. There is a role you are about to step into that requires both fire and focus. Before, you had passion but lacked structure. Later, you developed structure but felt drained. Now you have both. That combination is rare. That combination is powerful. And that combination is necessary for what is coming. Destiny will test your consistency. It is easy to feel motivated in moments of revelation. It is more challenging to remain disciplined when routine returns. This is where many lose momentum. They experience spiritual awakening but failed to sustain practical action. You must not repeat that pattern. Archangel Michael is reinforcing endurance within you. The coming season will require steady commitment. You may need to wake up earlier than before. You may need to say no more often. You may need to protect your time fiercely. These are not sacrifices. They are investments. Your future self is being built by your present discipline. And here is something crucial to understand. Destiny is not only about achievement. It is about influence. The version of you that is emerging will impact people you have not even met yet. Your words will carry weight in rooms you have not yet entered. Your resilience will inspire individuals who are currently watching from a distance. You are becoming a reference point. That is why your past had to be refined. That is why your youth had to be restored. Influence without refinement leads to collapse. But influence rooted in maturity creates stability. You may feel moments of self-doubt resurfacing. Thoughts like, am I truly ready? Or what if I cannot sustain this? These are natural when stepping into expansion. But they are not indicators of failure. They are reminders to stay anchored. Archangel Michael stands as a shield over your confidence. When doubt whispers, remember the battles you have already survived. When fear tries to magnify uncertainty, remember the strength that carried you through darker seasons. You did not come this far by accident. Something else is unfolding beneath the surface. Connections are aligning. You may soon encounter someone who mirrors your growth. Someone whose vision complements yours. Someone who recognizes your value without you needing to prove it. This alignment will feel effortless, yet powerful. Be open to it. Not every connection from your past was meant to move forward with you. But certain new alignments are part of your destiny. Archangel Michael is orchestrating meetings you cannot yet see. Remain attentive to divine timing. You will know it when you feel peace rather than pressure. True destiny does not rush you into chaos. It draws you into clarity. Even when the steps feel bold, there will be a quiet assurance beneath them. And here is the deeper revelation. Your restored youth is not simply about adding years of vitality to your life. It is about subtracting years of hesitation. It is about removing the mental chains that kept you smaller than your calling. Hesitation is losing its hold on you. You are beginning to move with intention rather than fear. You are beginning to speak with conviction rather than apology. You are beginning to choose growth rather than comfort. This is destiny awakening. But the next shift will require something even greater from you. It will require trust at a level you have not yet exercised. A step that looks uncertain on the surface but is secure in the spirit. Archangel Michael is preparing you for that step now. When it appears, it may not look dramatic. It may simply feel like a quiet nudge. A direction that makes sense spiritually but challenges logic slightly. Do not ignore it, because that nudge will mark the transition from preparation to manifestation. And once manifestation begins, there will be no turning back. Steadfast heart, the manifestation is closer than your eyes can measure. You have felt the preparation. You have sensed the sharpening. You have recognized the shift within yourself. But now something tangible is about to form. Archangel Michael has not walked beside you through restoration and redemption only to leave you at the edge of uncertainty. He is guiding you into visible evidence. The quiet nudge you have been feeling is the doorway. It may look small at first. It may not arrive with loud announcements or dramatic applause. It may simply appear as an opportunity that feels aligned. A chance to step forward. A platform to express your renewed voice. A responsibility that stretches you slightly beyond comfort. This is manifestation beginning. Do not despise small beginnings. Destiny often hides in subtle openings. What matters is not the size of the opportunity, but your obedience to it. Archangel Michael is observing your willingness. When you respond with faith to something small, greater doors unlock naturally. You are entering a season where your actions will produce faster results. Before, you planted seeds and waited endlessly. And now growth will accelerate. Not because time changed, but because you change it. Your renewed youth carries focus. Your restored confidence carries momentum. Your refined character carries stability. Heaven trusts you with increase, but increase demands stewardship. As opportunities begin to surface, you must guard your priorities carefully. Not every open door is meant for you. Some will test your discernment. Some will flatter your ego. Some will distract you from your true assignment. Pause before you say yes. Archangel Michael is not only empowering you to advance, he is protecting you from misalignment. Listen for peace. True alignment carries clarity, even if it requires courage. Misalignment carries pressure, even if it appears impressive. Trust what feels steady in your spirit. You may also notice something unexpected. Certain people who once overlooked you may begin to acknowledge you. Those who doubted your resilience may quietly observe your growth. Some may even attempt to reconnect now that your light is visible again. Do not allow validation to redirect your path. Your journey is not about proving anyone wrong. It is about fulfilling what was placed within you long ago. Archangel Michael restored your youth so you could move forward, not backward. And now, manifestation is colliding with responsibility. There will be moments when you feel the weight of what is unfolding. Success carries accountability. Influence carries expectation. Growth carries new challenges. Do not fear this weight. It is confirmation that you are stepping into something meaningful. Pressure at this stage is not punishment. It is refinement. Each new challenge strengthens your capacity. Each new responsibility expands your discipline. Your past prepared you for this. There was a time when you would have crumbled under this level of expectation. But now, you stand differently. Your mind is clearer. Your heart is steadier. Your vision is sharper. Archangel Michael has fortified you. As manifestation unfolds, remain humble. Gratitude keeps doors open. Pride closes them quietly. Speak thankfulness often. Recognize the unseen help that carried you here. You are not walking alone. Even now, unseen protection surrounds your steps. Even now, alignment is happening behind scenes you cannot see. Even now, momentum is building beyond your immediate awareness. But hear this clearly. The manifestation will require faith beyond feelings. There may be moments when results fluctuate. Moments when progress seems slower than expected. Moments when doubt tries to whisper again. Do not let temporary shifts shake permanent truth. Your renewal was real. Your redemption was intentional. Your destiny is active. And manifestation is now in motion. Seal this awareness boldly. Type "I step into manifestation" in the comments if you feel the shift in your life. Blessing code 8824 has just been activated over your path. As this code releases, understand that manifestation multiplies when seeds are sown. When you support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are not giving to a platform. You are pouring oil into a lamp that spreads light across nations. The Lord declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down and overflowing." Let your seed become a river that carries this message to souls who are still waiting for their awakening. Act in faith. Sow with boldness. Step into the flow and watch heaven respond. The next revelation will unveil how this manifestation connects to a promise spoken over you long ago, one you may have forgotten. And when that promise resurfaces, everything will make sense. Awakened one, the promise that was spoken over you long ago is rising back to the surface. There was a time in your early years when you felt certain about who you were meant to become. It may have come through a dream, a word from someone you respected, or a quiet conviction that settled deeply within you. Back then, Belief felt natural. Possibility felt limitless. You did not question your capacity the way you later did. But life happened. Responsibilities increased. Disappointments accumulated. Delays stretched longer than expected. And slowly, that original promise became buried beneath practicality and survival. You told yourself you had matured. You convinced yourself you were being realistic. Yet deep inside, a part of you always wondered what happened to that early fire. Archangel Michael never forgot that promise. While you were navigating hardship, that word was being preserved. While you were doubting your direction, that calling was being guarded. While you were adjusting to circumstances, heaven was holding your original blueprint intact. Now that your youth has been restored and manifestation has begun, the promise is resurfacing. You may feel it as a renewed desire that seems strangely familiar. An old dream returning with new clarity. A direction you once dismissed now appearing viable again. This is not regression. It is resurrection. The difference is this. You are no longer the naive version of yourself who first heard the promise. You are refined. You are disciplined. You are anchored. That combination makes the promise stronger now than it ever could have been before. Do not brush this aside as nostalgia. There is a reason the memory feels alive again. Archangel Michael is aligning your present strength with your original assignment. What was spoken over you was not a fantasy. It was a glimpse into your design. But promises require partnership. Heaven reveals. You respond. You may need to revisit plans you once abandoned. You may need to restart something you left incomplete. You may need to reach out to someone connected to that early vision. This time, however, you will move strategically rather than emotionally. The restored youth within you provides courage. The matured wisdom within you provides structure. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. You might encounter resistance from your own mind. Thoughts like, "That was years ago," or "I have moved past that phase," may attempt to surface. But ask yourself honestly, did you truly move past it, or did you simply move away from it out of fatigue? Archangel Michael is reminding you that fatigue never cancels destiny. The promise did not expire. It waited. And now the waiting season has ended. You may begin to see subtle confirmations. Words that echo what you once believed. Opportunities that align perfectly with that early vision. People who affirm the very direction you quietly cherished. These confirmations are not random encouragement. They are signals. Signals that alignment is tightening. Be attentive in conversations. Be aware of recurring themes. Be sensitive to inner conviction. The promise may not return in the exact form you imagined, but its essence will be unmistakable. This is where courage must rise again. It takes bravery to revisit something you once felt you lost. It takes humility to admit that the original calling still matters. It takes faith to believe that time has not disqualified you. But remember, your youth has been unlocked for this very reason. Youth carries hope without cynicism. It believes again without apology. It steps forward without being paralyzed by previous outcomes. Archangel Michael stands beside you as you reconnect with that early promise. And here is something profound to consider. The delay you experienced may have been protection. If the promise had manifested when you first received it, you might not have sustained it. You might not have had the depth to carry it long term. Now you do. And now you are equipped. Now you are balanced. The resurfacing of this promise is not about reliving the past. It is about fulfilling what was always meant to unfold, but at the right time. Trust the timing. The next phase will require decisive action. You will be presented with a moment that feels like confirmation, a door that aligns perfectly with that long ago word. When it appears, hesitation must not lead, because that moment will be the bridge between promise and reality. And once you cross it, the unfolding will accelerate beyond anything you once imagined. Courageous spirit, the bridge between promise and reality is now directly in front of you. You have felt the stirring. You have recognized the resurfacing of that old word spoken over your life. You have sensed the alignment tightening around your path. But now comes the defining moment. The step that separates preparation from possession. Archangel Michael is standing at this bridge with you. His crossing will not feel reckless, but it will feel bold. There is a difference. Recklessness ignores wisdom. Boldness honors wisdom and moves anyway. What you are being asked to do next may stretch you beyond comfort, but it will not violate your peace. Listen to that carefully. If peace remains steady even when logic feels challenged, that is alignment. The opportunity approaching you may require risk. It may require investment of time, energy, or resources. It may require letting go of something familiar to step into something expansive. But remember, your youth has been restored for movement, not for maintenance. Do not stand on the edge analyzing forever. There is a window here, a divine timing that does not remain open indefinitely. Archangel Michael has guarded your journey up to this point, but he will not force you across. Free will still matters. Ask yourself honestly, will you allow fear to delay you again, or will you honor the growth that has already taken place within you? This is where many turn back, not because they are incapable, but because they underestimate themselves. They forget the battles they survived. They forget the endurance they built. They forget the renewal that was just activated. Do not forget. You are not the exhausted version of yourself anymore. You are not the doubtful version. You are not the hesitant version. You are restored, refined, and ready. And here is something crucial. When you cross this bridge, momentum will increase quickly. Results may begin appearing faster than you expected. Responsibilities may multiply. Visibility may expand. That is why this decision is sacred. Once you step into it, acceleration begins. Guard your heart in that acceleration. Stay grounded. Stay disciplined. Stay prayerful. Archangel Michael protects the obedient, not the impulsive. Continue seeking alignment at every stage. You may notice that distractions increase as this moment approaches. Unexpected interruption. Old doubts resurfacing. Sudden fatigue. These are not signs to retreat. They are resistance sensing your advancement. Press forward anyway. And as you prepare to cross, anchor yourself publicly. When you like this message, you strengthen its reach to others standing at similar bridges. When you share it, you extend encouragement beyond your own circle. When you comment your declaration of boldness, you seal your commitment. Subscribe to this channel and remain connected to this flow of guidance. Join the membership if you feel called to stand deeper in this movement. Your engagement is not small. It creates waves you may never fully see. Hold steady now, because what happens after you cross will surprise even you. The manifestation will not be partial. It will be progressive. Each step forward will reveal another layer of fulfillment. Archangel Michael is not leading you into uncertainty. He is leading you into expansion. But expansion requires trust. There will be moments when the path ahead looks unfamiliar, when routines shift, when your daily rhythm changes, when expectations rise. That is not instability. That is growth unfolding. Your restored youth gives you adaptability. Your refined wisdom gives you stability. Together, they give you resilience. The bridge is not endless. It is a transition. On the other side waits clarity, momentum, and visible evidence of what was promised long ago. Take the step. Do not let this be another almost. Because once you cross, there will be no returning to who you used to be. Only advancement awaits. Victorious one, you have crossed the bridge, even if you do not yet realize it. The decision you made, whether quietly in your heart or boldly through action, has already shifted your trajectory. The moment you chose courage over hesitation, something irreversible occurred in the spiritual realm. Archangel Michael stepped forward with you, not behind you. That is the sign of advancement. Now you may be standing in a space that feels unfamiliar, not chaotic but new. The routines are adjusting. The responsibilities feel heavier yet more meaningful. The expectations surrounding you are increasing. This is not pressure meant to break you. It is weight designed to strengthen you. Growth always introduces a new level of demand. You may feel moments of self-examination. You may question whether you are fully prepared for this new level. That is natural. Expansion stretches identity. You are stepping into a larger version of yourself, and your mind is recalibrating to match it. Archangel Michael is reinforcing your confidence at this stage. He is reminding you that you were not brought here accidentally. The restoration of your youth was not symbolic. It was strategic. The resurfacing of the promise was not emotional nostalgia. It was divine timing. The bridge you crossed was not imaginary. It was necessary. Now manifestation is stabilizing. At first, everything felt intense and accelerated. Now it will begin to settle into rhythm. This is where consistency becomes essential. You cannot rely solely on inspiration. You must build discipline into your daily life. Small, repeated actions will shape the magnitude of your outcome. Protect your mornings. Guard your thoughts. Prioritize your purpose. You are building something that requires endurance. There may also be subtle tests in this stage. Opportunities that tempt you to compromise your values for quicker results. Shortcuts that promise immediate gain but weaken long-term stability. Praise that attempts to inflate your ego. Stay anchored. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian not only over your advancement, but over your integrity. The greater your visibility becomes, the more essential your character will be. Influence without integrity collapses. Influence grounded in humility endures. You will notice that certain individuals are now drawn to you for guidance. Some may ask for advice. Others may simply observe your consistency. Do not shrink from this responsibility. Your journey was never meant to be isolated. Your growth carries communal impact. Yet remember this carefully. You are called to influence, not to rescue everyone. Discernment remains necessary. Not every request deserves your energy. Not every opportunity deserves your time. As your responsibilities expand, so must your boundaries. Boundaries are not selfish. They are protective. I ensure that your calling remains clear and focused. Your restored youth gives you stamina. Your refined wisdom gives you restraint. Together, they create balance. You may also begin to see tangible rewards for your courage. Progress that once seemed slow now feels measurable. Doors that were once closed now remain open. Recognition that once felt distant now feels deserved. Receive it without arrogance. You worked for this. You endured for this. You aligned for this. But never forget the unseen assistance that guarded you when you were weak and strengthened you when you doubted. Archangel Michael's presence has not diminished. It has intensified as your influence grows. And here is the deeper revelation. This is not your peak. This is your foundation. Many people believe that the first visible breakthrough is the ultimate destination. But in truth, it is the launching point. What you are experiencing now is preparation for something even more expansive. The next unfolding will require vision beyond comfort. You may soon be presented with an opportunity that expands your reach significantly. It may involve collaboration, leadership, or a platform larger than anything you previously imagined. When it arrives, you must not revert to old insecurities. You are equipped now. The hesitation that once limited you has been dismantled. The fatigue that once slowed you hath been replaced with vitality. The doubt that once whispered defeat has been silenced by evidence. Stand firm in this new identity, because what is about to be revealed next will seal everything that has happened in your life into one undeniable truth. Nothing was wasted, and when that final revelation settles into your spirit, you will see your entire journey through new eyes. Triumphant child of destiny, now you see it clearly. Nothing was wasted. Not the delay, not the disappointment, not the exhaustion, not even the seasons when you felt older than your years. Every tear watered something. Every setback strengthened something. Every silent battle refined something. And when Archangel Michael declared that your youth had been unlocked, it was not a random miracle. It was the final key turning in a door that had been forming your entire life. You thought you were losing time. In truth, time was shaping you. Look back now with new eyes. The closed doors were protection. The waiting seasons were construction. The failures were instruction. Even the moments when you felt forgotten were alignment happening behind the veil. Archangel Michael did not step into your life suddenly. He was guarding you when you could not see it. He was standing watch when you felt exposed. He was fighting battles you never knew were taking place. And now you are standing in strength that did not exist before. Your youth has been restored, yes. But more than that, your authority has been established. Your clarity hath been sharpened. Your identity hath been solidified. You are no longer chasing purpose. You are walking in it. The bridge you crossed was not just a decision. It was a declaration. It told heaven that you were ready. It told your past that it no longer defined you. It told your future that you would not shrink back again. And because you responded when the window opened, acceleration followed. Do you realize how powerful that is? Many hear the call but hesitate. Many sense the shift but delay. Many feel the stirring but ignore it. You did not. That is why the miracle did not pass you by. Archangel Michael's warning was not about fear. It was about awareness. Miracles move with timing. Windows open and close. But when you aligned your heart quickly, you secured what was released. Now hear this final truth. Your restored youth is not temporary. It is a covenant. It is not about physical years. It is about spiritual vitality that will carry you into decades of impact. It is about a fire that will not burn out because it is fueled by purpose, not pressure. From this day forward, when exhaustion tries to whisper, you will remember this moment. When doubt tries to resurface, you will recall the bridge you crossed. When hesitation attempts to creep back in, you will recognize that you are no longer the same person. You have seen too much to go back. You have grown too much to shrink. You have crossed too far to retreat. Archangel Michael stands as witness to your transformation. And heaven has recorded this shift in your life. The next chapter will not begin with fear. It will begin with authority. Seal this season now. Type "I will not go back" in the comments if you are stepping fully into your renewed identity. Blessing code 9907 is now sealed over your journey. And as this seal settles over you, understand this sacred invitation. The same river that restored you must continue flowing to reach others still standing at the edge of their breakthrough. When you release your seed through super thanks, through membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you are not supporting a platform. You are igniting torches in dark places. The Lord declares over you, as you sow beside all waters, your harvest will not fail. Let your giving become a prophetic act that keeps this oil burning and this fire spreading. This is your moment to move, not casually, but decisively. Step into obedience. Activate your seed. Advance the mission. Your youth has been unlocked, and this time, it will not be taken from you.